Quarterback. A. Brock Purdy's numbers were great. 295 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. But that's to be expected against such a bad opponent. What's more important, the way Purdy looked on the field. It seems like his toe finally is no longer an issue. He had a 26-yard run. He looks more explosive than Christian McCaffrey. More on him in a minute. And Purdy's passes had zip on the first time since week freaking 1. Finally, he played like the Brock Purdy we all know. Let's see if he can keep it up against playoff teams. Running backs, C-. To be fair to Christian McCaffrey, he played through a back injury. Still, he looked like the same player he's been the past 2 seasons. He averaged just 3.3 yards per carry and caught only 1 pass. And quite frankly, the offense benefited from him taking on a supporting role. He's not as good as George Kittle, Ricky Pearsall, or Juwan Jennings anymore. He's a complimentary check-down option. The less they use him, the better the offense is. Wide receivers. A. Ricky Pearsall proved that he's still a good receiver. He simply wasn't getting the ball because Purdy was having issues pushing it down the field. Against the Titans, Purdy felt confident throwing long. Pearsall had a good game. He's a deep threat who needs a quarterback who's willing and able to throw long. Purdy usually is willing, but he isn't always able. Today he was, and Pearsall benefited. Unfortunately for the 49ers, he injured his ankle and knee. He needs to improve his durability. Juwan Jennings had 37 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's finally playing up to his standard. When he and Pearsall play this well, the Niners don't need Brandon Ayuk, who has played the final game with the team. Tight ends. A. Finally, George Kittle led the team in targets, which he should do every week. It's ridiculous that the Niners don't feature him more often. Today, they gave him a team-high 9 targets, and he caught 8 of them for 88 yards and a touchdown. He's the biggest mismatch in the NFL. As long as the Niners keep feeding him, they'll be tough to beat. Offensive lineman. B. The Niners didn't run particularly well, but that's mostly because they lack a dynamic running back. The run blocking isn't bad, and the pass protection is pretty good. Purdy got sacked just twice despite holding the ball a long time. This group is underrated. Defensive lineman. D. They couldn't stop the run at all. Every time the Titans handed off, it seemed as though the running back would burst past the defensive line and reach the second and third levels of the Niners defense. We know the Niners miss Nick Bosa's pass rush, but they also miss Michael Williams' run defense. They can't stop anyone on the ground without him. Linebackers. F. For the second game in a row, the Niners couldn't stop a screen pass. That's because third-string middle linebacker Curtis Robinson is filling in for Tatum Bethune, who was filling in for Fred Warner. Once the Niners get Bethune back, their defense will improve significantly. Defensive backs. D. They gave up a passer rating of 101.2 to a rookie quarterback who had 0 quality wide receivers. Both Malik Mustafa and Jair Brown dropped potential interceptions. And this unit gave up a 34-yard touchdown catch on 1st and 20 to a backup tight end whose name I won't even say. Any team with a quality quarterback will give the Niners awful defense problems. Special teams. A-. Eddie Pinheiro booted a kickoff out of bounds, but made all 3 of his field goal attempts. And Sky Moore had an 18-yard punt return. He's one of the best players on the team. Coaches. B. Kyle Shanahan finally stopped forcing passes to McCaffrey and instead featured his Hall of Fame tight end and 2 starting wide receivers. As a result, the Niners scored 37 points. Hopefully, he learned his lesson. Use McCaffrey in moderation at this stage of his career. He's not the best player on offense anymore. Kittle is. And Pearsall is the most explosive player. The Niners offense took care of business in this game, but the team as a whole did not. When the fourth quarter started, they led by 21 points. With 4 minutes left, they led by just 10 points. They couldn't play an awful team. Brock Purdy fumbled, then the defense gave up a touchdown catch to a defensive tackle. That's not how Super Bowl contenders finish games against 2-win teams. The Niners are good, but not good enough to win a Super Bowl barring a miracle. They're a second-tier team.